All right. It is January 30th, 2021, and it's time for another episode of the Tina and Karen podcast. I, of course, am Karen.
And I am Corsantina.
Of course. The funny thing is, I'm the one drinking. You just woke up and you sound drunk.
Yeah, I just had my extra strong energy drink, and I'm ready to talk.
Oh, great. We got plenty to talk about. How was your week? First off, how's your week been?
I had a huge work project land on me Thursday, so I haven't been able to keep up on the topics, but it's been an interesting week outside of work, though.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, that's what we'll be talking about.
Oh, okay, of course. I thought you actually meant something in your personal life was interesting.
Oh, actually, I thought my sister was going to get married today, actually, but apparently that's a month from now.
Wait, you didn't know when your sister was going to get married?
I thought
How do you
she
not? I
told.
think you would know, right? I mean, you'd be
I
invited.
thought I thought I'd know too, and it came on Wednesday, and I'm like, what are all the details of where I'm supposed to be and everything? And she's like, don't worry, and she sent me a picture of her fiance in his suit, and it's like, that's not what I need, but
All right.
what's going on Saturday? And she's like, oh no, that's next end of next month.
Excellent, excellent. Now, your sister had a slight crush on me, right? Am I wrong? Or I kind of remember she saying I was cute.
I don't know. We don't talk about that.
Oh, come on. You don't talk with your sister about how much she finds me attractive. Me and my sister talk all day about how we find you attractive. Both of us.
Oh, thank you. I I shaved off my Lennon stash, and now it's just a mustache.
You do look a lot like Lennon when you have that goatee. I swear to God, you do. But no, okay. So let's no waste any further time. No waste any further time. Yes, I have been drinking. So the big headline for this week is a gang of roaming trolls on Reddit have broken the system and
Ooh.
have cost Wall Street billions.
Mm.
It is an amazing time to be alive. This is actually something that I think is well needed for a lot of people. So left, right, or center, everyone hates Wall Street. Everyone hates
It's
these.
very rare that you can get Ted Cruz and AOC to agree on something.
Exactly, until AOC ruined it.
We even with Dave Portnoy, and he's another controversial figure, also was slamming um, Wall Street too,
Yeah, I don't know
or
Dave.
Robinhood when
Dave.
they shut down the app.
Yeah, we will talk about Robinhood in a second, but first we should discuss the whole thing about GameStop.
Yeah,
Um,
basically you'd have to be living in a closet or on a vision quest if you haven't heard about this story this week.
Funny enough, I have a friend who doesn't know anything about finances or anything about stocks. So I've had to explain this to him in very simple terms. And I'll do it for our audience. Not that I think our
Yeah,
audience is dumb. I'm dumbing it down for us.
let's pretend our audience is this friend.
Yes. So imagine you have imagine your friend lets you borrow GTA 5 and you
Okay.
sell it to GameStop for $20 because you think that the price will drop on GTA 5 and you can buy it back a week later for $5. And then you can buy that game back, return it to your friend, and pocket the difference. That's essentially what these hedge fund managers did with GameStop stock. They borrowed GameStop stock so that they could sell it and hopefully buy it back and pocket the difference at a lower cost, at a lower price.
Hmm.
And the thing is, a good amount of trolls on Reddit, the subreddit.
Would you
Uh,
call them trolls?
I think this is a gang of roaming trolls. What would you call them?
Do trolls tend to gang together? I thought they were more like individuals.
I don't know what you call them. I would
Yeah,
want to
they
call.
they don't come in packs.
I call these apes stronger together. Apes strong together.
Stronger
Yes,
together.
yes, yes. So essentially, what happened was a subreddit called Wall Street Bets has 2 million Redditors who follow Wall Street Bets. And I don't know how this started. I wasn't a part of it, obviously, otherwise I'd be in on this. They got wind of what some of these hedge fund groups like Melvin Capital were doing, and they decided to apply a squeeze on these hedge funds.
Yeah, a short squeeze.
A
is
short
what they-
squeeze, yes. So they all went out collectively and bought a ton of GameStop stock. Now, GameStop has been losing money for a long time. It's a brick and mortar retailer. It doesn't really, the business model doesn't really fly with today's sort of, we download our video games now. So so that's what the hedge fund managers were thinking. Like this is going to go bankrupt. We're going to bet on them going bankrupt, so we're going to buy all the stock now. Borrow, sorry.
But what happens in the short squeeze is that these gangs of investors they drive the stock price up, meaning that the short sellers can't buy the stock at a lower price.
Right.
And so they have to buy additional shares of stock to cover their short position, therefore driving the stock up more.
Yes.
It's an
And
interesting phenomenon.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting time to be alive, but it's a brilliant time to be alive. I have never been this. I mean, with all the bad news of 2020, 2021 seems to be off to a pretty good start with this sort of stuff. This is
hell yeah.
So last year was The Empire Strikes Back. This year is Return of the Jedi.
So far, we've breached the Capitol, and now we're breaching Wall Street.
It's a great. You know what I said to my friend a couple days ago? I said to him, the equivalent of a nuclear bomb was dropped on Lebanon back in August, and it's old news now. When you think about that, that's kind of crazy, because that should be like a news story that will last for decades.
I know. That was shocking, and I haven't heard a word of it since.
Exactly. So essentially, a nuclear bomb was dropped in Lebanon, and it's old news now. No one's really talking about it. But about this short squeeze, so Reddit responded and Discord responded by shutting down all of these different like little forums and communities.
Did they shut it down, or did the moderators of the Wall Street bets shut it down to make sure that to kind of like, I don't know,
Protect the hedge fund managers?
Because they knew they were going to come under scrutiny.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it was Reddit themselves. Discord banned I think the equivalent on their server.
Yeah, I don't know as much about the Discord thing, but
yeah, they claimed that it was because of ongoing patterns of racism and negative behavior. But come on, the timing is just it has nothing to do with that.
from what I hear, like the talk on the Wall Street Bets Reddit is actually pretty tame. Like you'd hear people swearing and cursing and saying all sorts of crazy shit on the Wall Street floor than you would on the actual forum.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the excuse that's always leveraged against someone when they want to ban you. So it has nothing to do with the actual behavior of the members of this subreddit or Discord. I don't know what you call members of a Discord. But the real news story. So what's happening right now is just sort of like a revolution of the plebes against the establishment. It's brilliant. No, I mean, like this is just people who are mostly. I think there was a large swath of people on the left who just hate the hedge fund managers in general, and a large swath of people on the right who hate the hedge fund managers because of the 2008 bailouts. So this is actually something that's united everyone hates these people, and they're basically saying that. Now this is a story we're going to have to watch, because if they get bailed out, then we know we're living in a fucking like rigged game.
So far, I haven't seen anything. I know, was it Melvin Capital? They closed their position. Don't know how much they lost, but they had to have like two other hedge funds.
As it stands right now, it's $7.8 billion.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I love the.
I heard across like all the hedge funds it was like $70-something billion or $90 billion in losses.
Yes, and this is
everyone was shorting them.
I love that there's been memes galore about this event, and some like I'm like, we can remain autistic as long as they can remain longer than they can remain solvent. So, no, like
GameStop.
game stonks. Like seriously, like the whole market is being destroyed by people who pronounce stock stonk. It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious, and it's brilliant at the same time. Like this tells you what when a large swath of people, individuals like us, just regular plebes, when we organize, what we can do. It's a brilliant story.
There's nothing in the. I mean, if you'd gone and studied like financial markets in college for like 4 years, nothing should have told you that this would happen.
No, and it's happening primarily because of the innovations of companies like Robinhood.
Yeah.
Robinhood is an app, a trading app that is zero commission. I don't know where they get their money from, but they basically you can buy and sell on their app, and they don't charge any fee like a lot of previous trading apps and software have done. So basically the argument, and it's in their mission statement, Robinhood's mission statement, is that they want to democratize the markets and allow everyone, any single working class person, to take advantage of these markets, which is what I think great. That's fucking brilliant. Except they don't really mean it.
As we found out later in the week.
Yeah, so later on in this whole GameStop story, GameStop Stonks story, Robinhood responded to the vast amount of Reddit trolls. I'm going to call them trolls because they're pulling. Essentially, what we're talking about is a giant prank. And, well, it's a prank that's going to cost these millionaires and billionaires billions, but it makes us laugh, so it's a prank.
Yeah.
So Robinhood responded to these large swaths of people buying GameStop stock. Once again, a completely bankrupt company, essentially, by denying their ability to buy GameStop and several other companies that were being shorted, like AMC and Nokia and BlackBerry. Yep. And now, like, I just watched an interview with the CEO of Robinhood, Vladimir Tenev. I don't know if I'm pronouncing.
Interesting looking guy.
Yeah, he's kind of weird looking, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. With Chris Cuomo, who usually I hate, but actually gave a good fucking interview with this guy, because this guy would not answer a question. He kept fucking dodging.
Oh man.
If you haven't watched the interview, please go watch Chris Cuomo interviewing Vladimir Tenev, the CEO of Robinhood, and you'll just see what I'm talking about. Like, Cuomo basically just grills him about these like questions, which are very fucking straightforward, and he just dodges them with this like sort of like legalese HR bullshit, PR bullshit, and he never answers a single question. Because clearly what he was doing is basically defending these hedge fund managers.
Yeah. From what I heard, like, the explanation of why they had... Well, what they did was, they stopped trading in those certain stocks. And what I heard, the reason why they did that was they had to cover their position financially. Like, they're required to have a certain amount of capital in the bank to cover the transactions, or when there is a lot of like volume and volatility, those transaction prices go up in the cost, and so they had to make sure that they had enough money, I guess, to cover all that.
I don't buy it.
I don't know exactly how it works, but I didn't see the interview, but it definitely seems a little bit dodgy.
It's very dodgy. So, I mean, what is your impression of Robinhood? Were they really just defending themselves, or were they defending these hedge funds? Because now they
were defending themselves by defending the hedge funds.
But the thing in the interview, at least if you listen to the interview he says he was defending their users, and that's just not true at all.
Mm.
And they said
Yeah,
that they
I mean, a
allow.
lot of people lost a lot of money because they
Well,
couldn't trade.
yeah, but and then also they said they allow them to sell these stocks, GameStop, AMC, but they weren't allowed to buy them.
Yeah, exactly. But therefore, driving the price down,
Yes, and that's
hurting the
obviously to
people.
protect the hedge fund managers, the hedge
Hmm.
funds. And I don't know. Based on like the ask price versus the bid price, it's very clear that everyone who's buying GameStop is doing so just to give a big middle finger to these like hedge funds. It's not to try to make millions. There are people who made millions. I saw a great meme or something that says like, in 2021, the richest people in the world are going to be Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and retard 6969. And literally, there is the newest billionaire in the world is a guy who has an internet handle called Frodo T. Baggins.
Is that true?
Okay, I'll send you the link after
Oh.
this interview. But there is like there's one of these redditors was I don't know if he was a redditor, but he just figured it out too. But he invested a huge amount of money into GameStop, and now he's a billionaire. And he literally goes by the online handle of Frodo T. Baggins. This is fucking brilliant.
This is 2021 so far, people.
I know, it's amazing. It's fighting back. I love it.
From what I heard, though, I know Melvin Capital is known for their short positions. They tend to be a hedge fund that shorts a lot of different stocks. So they said going forward they wouldn't release like a public report of what they're shorting, and they would only deal with customers like individually going forward in short positions.
The markets always respond to these sort of forces. Now they just have to respond to the force of autistic Reddit trolls who are trying to screw them. That's what they're gonna have to learn to do because that's just how it is now. I mean, what do you think about the whole idea of short selling, though? Betting on a company to fail.
Risky business is
Yes.
what I think.
Yes, it is risky,
That-
but like, what do you think about like that? Like investing in a company that you wish to fail.
It's a weird. It sounds like gambling.
That's the argument. Now,
And-
the pro argument I've heard for short selling is that these people, these hedge fund managers, when they look at a stock that they see is overpriced, they think this company is not worth this much money. We're going to make a profit by encouraging people to sell on this company and lower the price of the stock. That's sort of like a market mechanism by which we can actually value companies correctly when a certain stock becomes overpriced.
Okay.
Yeah, so like GameStop stock, the reason why they bought GameStop, okay, this company's going bankrupt. Their stock is worth nothing. We need to buy into them to basically kind of squeeze them out. It's sort of a dickish thing to think and do. Sort of a cocksuckering thing to do, and
But people do it, and some people have made a lot of money doing it.
absolutely. But on an ethic,
Where do you think this is going forward? Do you think the institutions get together and try to prevent these retail investors from doing this sort of thing in the future? Because
God, I hope not.
it obviously seems like something that would work for these other stocks and other short positions going forward.
Yeah, regular people making money off the stock markets the same way they do. Yeah, no, I mean that's the thing. I do agree with you that like I think that there will be a pushback. I think there will be something, either laws passed or I don't know what, but like there's going to be something. There's going to be a reckoning for this event.
Reckoning.
Yes, that's the problem. I do think that the regular people, when organized, are much stronger, apes stronger together, than these hedge funds and these Wall Street brokers and the government who basically backs them. That's the thing. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
but this is really encouraging. It's about to me. I just think about all I think about is the symbolism of it all. It's a big fu to the establishment. I love it.
This
All that fucking protesting outside of Wall Street, waving banners, didn't mean dick to them. But when you hit them where it hurts, where you actually get them to lose their
the
money,
pocket.
yes, this
in
fucking
the
worked.
dick pocket.
Yes, This is what I've been telling people for years, though. I mean, I'm glad we're sort of wising up to it. Hopefully. I don't think it will, though. It won't last, this unity. I read this comment, and I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to share it with you. But if you put red ants and black ants into a jar together, nothing happens. They get along. There's no fight. But then
Really?
Yes, exactly, right? But when you shake up that jar, you shake it, and then dump the contents, the ants, onto the ground, what will happen is the red ants will fight the black ants will fight the red ants.
Huh. That seems counterintuitive.
Well, no, it's not. So like it's the so imagine you're in the jar. You know chaos is happening. You know things are getting fucked up, and you don't know why, but you know you're part of a group, and then you attack the other group because you assume they're responsible.
In the jar?
It's a metaphor. So like the black ants and the red ants are the left and the right, and we're fighting each other. We actually get along for the most part, and we don't fight each other. But when like life gets hard, we fight each other. We think that the other one's screwing the other. That's what's happening. And but like that's the thing. Who is really screwing with us? So red ants and black ants in a jar. Someone shakes the jar, and then dumps the contents of the ants onto the ground, and then all of a sudden the red ants and black ants will fight each other because they're part of groups, and groups fight together.
Yeah, I know ants are known for huge wars, actually.
Yes. So the question becomes, who's shaking the jar?
Who's shaking the jar? Oh, that's the real question.
Well, that's what I mean.
That's what this really is. It's not a political thing. It's a class thing.
It is. It is absolutely a class thing. This is the wealthy, rich establishment class against the lowly working class people, middle class people also. The plebes, I'm going to call them. Yep. Because that's Roman days. Plebes.
Yep. I've been thinking, I haven't seen anything, but I've just been thinking, like, how much are other like countries looking at this and trying to also, sustain the chaos? Like, if I was like a Russian operative and I saw all this and I just wanted to make things more troublesome and chaotic, wouldn't I try and get my, my guys to try to manipulate, the situation too?
Oh, absolutely. If you're Russia or China, you love the chaos that's going on in the United States.
Exactly. So I'm wondering, like, how much of this is also them also trying to stir the pot or shake the jar.
It could be, but which one do you think is more likely? The wealthy establishment fucking with the middle class and working class people, or Russians doing it, or Chinese doing it?
I think it's more likely that people want to get rich quick, and that's what's going on.
No, because they're not getting rich. The thing is, like, something like 90% of the people on the GameStop stock are holding. They know they're going to lose money. They're just fucking with the, like, this is the thing that these people don't understand. It's like the best memes about this whole thing was the Joker, from the Dark Knight. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
I would hope so. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about the GameStop stock in my household. I think 3 of the guys have invested into it.
And they're holding, right?
No, they've all sold, I think.
Oh, the fuckers. But no, 90% of people are holding, from what I've read. They're doing it to send a message. They don't want.
That's why the stock is still up, right? It's because people are holding.
Yeah, but it went down over the it was at 390, I think, and then it came down.
It's been all.
All right, but the point is, the vast majority of people who are bought into this are doing it to send a message, not to get rich quick.
Yeah, hopefully. A lot of this too reminds me of the Bitcoin craze, from a few years ago.
That reminds me of Dogecoin is actually up too.
I thought it just tanked, didn't it?
Did it?
I think so.
Dogecoin was one of those ones that the internet troll community is basically once again inflating.
Have you thought about getting into any of this?
No.
No.
I'm a sort of slow and steady wins the race kind of guy. I never want to get rich quick. I do respect.
Disclosure. I've thought about it, but I just no, I couldn't.
I have full respect for those people who are doing it. I looked into buying GameStop just to participate, but I got in late. I didn't know about this until like 2 days ago, unfortunately. I would have done it too. I would have I fucking hate those guys. I would definitely want to send a message. If they like this is the thing that the rich people don't understand because all they think about is money. Like a poor person will gladly spend the last $50 he has if it gives a big fuck you to the guy who has billions. If he will lose money, but you're gonna lose a lot more money. So fuck you.
Exactly.
All right. But can we agree Robinhood is corrupt? Or you're not sure about that yet?
Yeah, I know a lot of people saying they'll never use the app again, or at least they're saying so online. They're moving to like Acorns or some other, similar app.
Yeah, I don't use Robinhood, so I had the potential to buy. I use a different app. But Robinhood is now... before we move on to the next topic, because it is in the same vein of companies that people are boycotting.
Okay.
Google, there was a huge slew of negative reviews for Robinhood on the Google app.
I heard about that.
And they Google deleted 100,000 negative reviews of Robinhood.
Oh, man.
So I'm seeing a huge push of people to say, go use DuckDuckGo.
Really?
Yeah, I've been using DuckDuckGo now for about a month now. I'm very happy.
I know my boss's son used it quite a bit before he passed. I never really liked it that much, but...
It might be a good alternative now.
Do you find it gets you what you need?
Much more often. I typically find when I type in Google a certain question or certain topic, it gives me what I think it wants me to think, and then I go on DuckDuckGo and I type it in, and it gives me exactly what I'm looking for.
That's the thing with like Google is like a lot of people don't know that like when you're searching something and it gives you like suggested like searches before you even finish typing, that's based on like their AI saying what they think you're gonna want personally, what you think you want to be looking for.
Right. And I personally find Google to be an evil company, so if I can support one of their competitors, I'll gladly do it. I'm trying to get as far away from Silicon Valley tech and media companies as possible.
Not physically.
Yeah, I can't virtually. I mean, physically get myself further away. I'm pretty far away. I could get further away, but no, yeah.
Go make their money. Do you know? I
don't know. I'm not really interested in where they make their money until they turn on me. I should look more into that. It's true, but I mean, I really strongly recommend to people, really, the fewer Silicon Valley tech companies you support, the better. Because these big tech companies are colluding with one another, and they are all very, very, very much corrupt, in my mind.
They are, and they're in the different class.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's rich, then there's super rich, and then there's big tech rich.
Yeah. They might even be above the Wall Street class, but
yeah. But to be fair, I'm not against wealthy people in principle. I don't have a problem with someone having money. I do have a problem with censorship, which big tech engages in a regular basis. So that, and they control information. That's another big concern for me.
Ready to move on?
Yeah, we've spent a good amount of time on the biggest news story of 2021.
It's an ongoing story, too. We may have another story on this in another week. Who knows?
Is this bigger than the Capitol protest or not?
I think it is because wealthy people are getting hurt.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah. All right, but moving on. Our next topic. Here is from the Daily Mail. Completely tattooed man who wants to become a black alien, not racist, has had his nose and top lip removed alongside other bizarre modifications and now can't speak.
Oh my God.
I sent you the link, right?
I am just looking it up now. Full disclosure, I haven't seen or heard anything about this yet.
So you can scroll down and see a picture of the guy, but...
Oh no! Do I want to?
It's pretty disturbing. Okay. So you're looking at it now.
It kind of looks weird with the facial hair.
Yeah, Looking weird isn't what he planned.
No, it just looks weirder with the facial hair. He looks more like a actual alien without it.
Let me ask you something. If he didn't have the facial hair, would you look at him and say that's a pretty normal guy?
I mean,
Oh my god.
I, no, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So, a body modification enthusiast has confessed that he now struggles to speak after having his nose and top lip removed in his latest shocking transformation. Anthony Lafredo, Italian? Yeah, probably.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, 32, has already covered his body, including his eyeballs, in tattoos. Ugh, God. And his tongue split in his bid to look like a black alien, the Mirror reported. The Frenchman, oh, you were wrong, who documents his dramatic physical alterations for his 227,000 followers on Instagram, said he had his nose removed in Spain as the procedure is illegal in France. That, I'm okay. Once again, I'm looking at the picture and I'm gonna save this picture.
Staring directly in his nose.
I'm gonna post this picture, for our viewers. So
Okay.
alien. I'm gonna type that
If
in.
you want to see the picture, we go to our Facebook.
No. I'll post it on the Facebook too, but I'm gonna actually post it on our YouTube video because I'm just gonna. I'm gonna
link in the comments.
No. Just in the video itself. I'm just gonna mark where we're at so people can understand what we're talking about. Yeah. So I know where to look.
God damn this guy.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are your thoughts on body mod?
I could see myself getting a tattoo, but I more or less I don't see myself getting one. Just because my mind would be made up on something I would want like permanently on my or mostly permanently on my body.
Yeah, tattoos can be a big decision for some people. I'm personally not in favor of them. I don't know if I'll ever get a tattoo, but if I did get a tattoo, I want it to mean something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and is it sad that I can't find something so meaningful to?
Oh, I'll tell you what I have in mind if I ever do get one.
Oh, do you? Do you have something in mind?
Yeah, I actually picked it already out. It has to mean something, so I want it to be like Bowser from Super Mario Brothers,
Oh no.
and he's riding a surfboard,
Oh God.
and he's wailing on a double neck guitar, and like he's got sunglasses on, but he's like kind of like dipping the eye down, like he's looking at you, like winking at you, like yeah, you know what's up, and then like notes are flying out of the guitar. And it's on a pot leaf in the background.
Surfboard.
Yep. And behind the pot leaf is a cross, because And then like above it all is the phrase "Let's party."
Wow, that doesn't seem like you at all.
But it means something, man. It means something. That's the thing. Like that's what does it like? Did I ever tell you the story of my English professor in college?
Remind me.
Oh, well, I mean, like I had an English professor in college. I don't know if he was an actual professor. He might have just been a teacher, but Sutcliffe was his name, and I liked him a lot. He was really cool. But he had tattoos on both arms, sleeves. And then like he's explaining to us the full story behind the sleeve on his right arm, about like how it's the history of his life, like at the base around the wrist is about like his childhood growing up in California, and then like up the arm it goes and talks about his teenage years and sort of rebelling, and then up the arm towards about like he's spent a stint in jail, and at the shoulder is his revelation, and he went to college to study and teach English, and we're all like enthralled by this story.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ask, oh wow, that's cool, so what's on your left arm? And he says, that's a dragon.
That's the thing I hear about like tattoos is the people that get them often become like addicted, and they always feel like they need to get another afterwards.
Well, what is
You
your
heard about
thought?
that?
Yeah, I mean, do you think people can stop with one?
Most people I know have more than one that do have them.
Well, this guy, Lafredo, definitely didn't stop at one.
what do you think the thing is? What makes tattooing so like addictive?
It's not the
You know,
tattooing. I mean, with this guy, especially different body mods that are way, way more than I think I can handle with than tattoos.
yeah, there's tattooing and then there's this. This is different class.
Yeah.
This is almost like body dysmorphia.
Almost, yeah. Good analogy. But you asked me the question, what is the thing with tattoos?
It makes them addictive.
I think it's, I don't have a strong opinion about tattoos. I'm not for them personally, but if someone's gonna do them, I got no problem with it.
Mm.
It's just, uh,
Because maybe
it's amazing to me that tattoos has become so mainstream, though. That's the thing, because
that's true. Yeah.
because not fast forward, rewind 30, 50 years ago. You only had a tattoo if you were in a gang or went to prison.
Yeah, yeah, you were. It was much more of like I think they originally arose because of like pirates and tribalism and all that, right?
Yeah.
Native
Well, it
American
definitely.
culture, Indian tattoos, pirates. I don't know.
I don't know exactly, but certainly it had something to do with group identity.
Yeah.
Um, and then like, what do you think changed amongst people? I don't know. I would say in the '90s.
Oh, I got it. I know.
Oh, you do? What
Well,
changed?
a lot of in religious sections, your body is like a temple, and so
Right,
getting
that's
a
what they say in the
tattoo
Bible.
was considered desecrating your temple, basically. And I think maybe religion kind of I don't know that it becomes less and less a cultural thing.
How it's waning.
Yeah, that's maybe why we're seeing a rise in tattoos. I don't know.
But I mean,
Do you
like,
think that has a correlation or causation?
I think that definitely a correlation for sure. As we've gotten less religious, people therefore express themselves differently, and they don't adhere to the norms given to us by the Bible. But
Hmm.
at the same time, I don't see the causation because, like, why would
Yeah,
someone like say because okay, I don't think that like the Bible is what stopped people from getting tattoos. Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, yeah.
it's just it just happened to go hand in hand. Like you don't get tattoos. Now it's like everyone wants tattoos, and I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that they would have been less prone to get a tattoo if they were religious. They just something about them. They want to express themselves. Their body is an art form to them,
Hmm.
or I don't know. I'd like to bring someone onto our podcast if we could, who is really into tattoos, and he can give us more perspective, or he or she.
All right, all right.
I know of
Hmm.
someone who has a lot of tattoos. Maybe they can give us more perspective.
Yeah, I know a few people. I do you think it's mostly like a Western culture thing versus, Eastern culture?
Um, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say definitely. I think Western cultures have always been more about individualism in general. So tattoos are very individualistic.
Yeah.
It's about self-expression, and Eastern cultures are far more collective. They're more
Hmm.
about you have to fit into the norm.
It's not like they don't exist in Eastern culture, but I don't know if it's as prominent of a thing.
Well, my wife, who is from Latin America, she says that tattoos aren't that common, and that like, but she's not. She's once again, she's not against them, and when she sees them, she usually likes them on gringos, but not
Really?
Latin. Yeah, she thinks it just looks better. She thinks the contrast between the dark and the light is
Hmm.
better to her. But but we're getting a little too far astray from this guy because this guy cut off his nose.
Yeah.
That's not a tattoo. Tattoos is a good discussion
Like,
topic,
that
but
can't
like
be healthy for you, right?
this guy cut off his lips and
Can you even smell? That
Oh
I
my
don't think it
god!
says that in the article.
No, it
Just
doesn't
says,
say. Maybe it does. As such, Lafredo did not specifically exactly where, when, or by whom his nose and upper lip was removed when speaking about. So this is legal in Spain, but not France. They won't remove your nose in France, even if you ask them to.
wow. What? Even if you ask him to. Ugh.
Now,
There's him normal. Interesting.
now I have a question for you that might be a little controversial. Is someone who modifies their body in this sort of way suffering from a mental illness? Just undiagnosed? This is an extreme level of like sort of self-expression. Like he says he wants to look like a black alien. That's how he put it.
Mm-hmm. I, I, it might have to do something with not feeling comfortable in their own skin or something like that.
Oh, I just saw the picture with the beard. You're absolutely right. That is way worse. It looks more normal without the nose than with the beard, I would say.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Like it's actually, yeah. I'd say he looks. He actually, if he does look like it, did he cut off his ears too? It looks like his ears are gone. Yeah, they're gone.
Oh no. Oh yeah, they are gone. Ooh.
This
I
is
don't
the.
know. I don't want to make fun of this guy.
Go ahead.
To me, like this kind of screams. He definitely has a mental problem.
Oh my god.
But
look at the original guy too. There's a picture of him. You scroll down. He's a good-looking guy. What'd he do?
Looking guy, yeah.
Yeah. Why do you? This is.
Even has a cross, on his fern earring.
Ooh. So was this ever driven by like a lapse in faith? Maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, maybe we should actually go further into the actual article because maybe he explains it. All right. So when he was when he was working as a security guard in his 20s, he realized he was not living in the way that he wanted to. Quote, I stopped everything at 24 and left for Australia. Lafredo, who according to his Instagram is now based in Montpellier, I hate French, France, told the paper. It has become normal, even unconscious, to constantly think about my plans for body modification for the next few months. The striking-looking individual said he loved getting into the shoes of a scary character. I often settle down somewhere and play a role, especially at night in the dark of streets. I explore the contrast between the role I play and myself. No, wait, is that where the article ends? Like, seriously, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like it.
So he likes...
Daily Mail.
Okay, so the best explanation I get from this article is that he likes to be scary. God damn, he wins. I'd fucking be scared of this guy if I came across him.
Do you think he's happier now?
Yeah, probably.
So, at least happier than he was before, for now.
What would you say to someone like this? What if you're someone you loved said, I really want to cut off my nose and cut off my ears and tattoo my eyes and inject myself with horns?
I hope no one I love would ever say that to me, but...
What if they did?
I'd have to say, like, I would... In my mind, I would have to find some way to, like, see why they were thinking that way.
Oh. Could you put yourself in that mindset?
I don't think so, no.
I know that's a difficult part.
Does
have you ever
have mental illness or not?
Have you ever thought when you looked in the mirror that you didn't look like yourself? Like you thought you should have looked different?
I always thought I should have more of a fuller beard, but
I was about to say that's a pretty good.
Really,
I was thinking that you would say that.
Did you?
Okay, so what's the difference between what
I wouldn't go out of my way for like beard transplant therapy. No. I don't think.
But let's put it this way: what's the difference between this guy and say a bodybuilder who looks in the mirror and says, "I'm scrawny, I need to get buff," and he's already probably pretty buff. I don't know who's the buffest guy we know.
There's ways you can do that.
Let's say a guy who looks like Dean, our friend Dean. You know he's pretty buff. He looks in the mirror and says, "I'm scrawny, I gotta get buff."
You go out, you take steroids.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, but that harms the body.
That's true.
Does this harm the body? It has to. He's cutting off his nose.
Well, the thing with like muscles is you can always revert back. Like, I don't think maybe there are surgeries to give you a nose again, but it's not the same nose.
Okay, so this is worse. I think I would agree it's worse. But like, can you understand that mentality when you look in a mirror and you don't see the person you want to be?
Yeah.
Okay. You just wouldn't do anything about it.
I haven't had anything like maybe what this guy's going through, but I could at least understand it from the beard standpoint.
I don't know if there's a. I think sometimes I look in the mirror and might think I want a more narrow jaw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I look
You have a
pretty.
decent job.
I think I. Thank you. I needed to hear that. Um, I don't know. I never really look in the mirror and say like I don't like the way I look. Of course, I
Hmm.
could. I look in the mirror and say I wish I lost some weight, but I think everyone does that.
Do you think what this guy is going through is different than, say, what trans people go through?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, that's a really good question. Is he
I
like
know.
when he looks in the mirror and he didn't see the person he wanted to be? It's similar to a trans person, but I don't know if it's exactly the same. Because in this last quote in the whole article, where he says, um, "Shoot, let me get back to it. I often settle down somewhere and play a role, especially at night in dark streets. I explore the contrast between the role. It sounds like he wanted to be scary. No, he actually says it. Yeah, the striking-looking individual said he looked like he getting into the shoes of a scary character.
Yeah.
This person wanted to be scary. That's not what trans people want. I think this guy is a person. He wants attention. It's not. I don't think the trans people feel the
Maybe
same
not
way.
the
No, I don't think
maybe
trans people
like
feel the
happy
same.
attention, but
No, but that's the thing. I don't think trans people feel the same way. This guy definitely wanted attention for changing.
Hmm.
I don't think trans people look in the mirror and say, "I want attention." I think they look in the mirror and just don't see who they want to be. They're doing it because it feels right to them.
Yeah. He's not harming anyone by doing this though.
Only
He's
himself.
only himself, yeah. Maybe he is scaring people. Certainly, if I saw him in the streets, I'd be a little, I'd feel a little off.
A little.
Um, I think so. I don't know until I actually saw someone like
He
this, but
slit his lips and now he can't talk.
I can't say I wouldn't try to kind of look away. Like I wouldn't want to stare at him.
I would see this guy in Portland and think, yeah,
He would fit in Portland,
he
right?
fits in Portland. But nowhere else. I'll say that.
Okay, so I think we can just agree that he's not harming anyone. He should maybe be able to
Huh?
live his life as he wants, but um, I don't know if everything going on here is
I'll
all
let
right in the head. I would need an expert, or
yeah.
I would need to talk to him more to
Well,
kind
let's agree on this to end this. He looks better with without a nose than with a beard.
of. Okay,
Definitely.
personal choice.
That's fuck. It's a fact. All right. All right. Moving on. Here we go. This is also from the Daily Mail. I don't know what the fuck's going on in Britain. Depraved man, 37, who had sex with his pet chickens in a basement while his wife filmed it.
Oh, I didn't hear
Causing
that part.
no, yeah, the filming part's the weird part, right? Fuck, it's normal otherwise. Come on. Causing them to die as a result. Oh, that's kind of sad. He had his 3-year jail term cut down to 8 months on appeal. All
Should
right.
he go to jail for that?
Fucking chickens to death?
I would guess that is a form of animal cruelty.
That would definitely be animal cruelty. All right, so here we go. A depraved man who had sex with his pet chickens while his wife filmed has his jail term reduced on appeal. Footage of Rehan Bog. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah.
Have once again, not great with foreign names. Having sex with the birds, which died as a result, was found on computer equipment seized from his home in Bradford, West Yorkshire, along with indecent images of children. Whoa!
Ooh.
You know what? I did not read this whole article before we talked about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would have been a huge detail.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, I don't think the
detail,
chickens are the big issue here.
yeah. It kind of changes the whole narrative of the story, doesn't it?
Definitely. All right, Bag 30.
49 indecent images of children,
Yeah.
including 11 in the most serious category, which featured children as young as 6. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So all of a sudden, from a humorous article, this goes to a dark article.
Kind of funny how that, you know.
That we value kids more than chickens? No, I
No,
consider
just
that normal.
how dark something like this can turn.
I've done this so many times. I actually chose this story over another one because I thought the other one had a dark undertone to it. So the other story I was going to send you was this woman in Slovakia when they who was sucking the dick of a thief. That's
Okay.
when the cops showed up. They found this woman sucking the thief's dick, and they arrested him. But that could be a very dark story if you don't know why she did it. It's not a funny story if
Yeah,
you think
yeah.
about it. Like we don't know why she was doing it, but it sounded like a weird sort of setup when I read it. But now I'm just thinking, like, God damn, this is a pedophile who fucks chickens.
Apparently his wife's okay with it.
What the hell is going on in this family? All right,
Well, yeah, in the article too, it says he saved the videos in on their computer under family vids.
no one's interested in watching the home videos of other people's kids. It was a smart move. No, I'm serious. Like, does anyone really care other than the parents? Like, so parents take home movies of their kids because they want to reminisce about their kids' youth, but no one outside of the actual family cares about home movies.
That's true.
Yes. So that was a smart move by him. I'll just say that.
Okay, where's the least likely place where they would look?
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, some of the images featured the couple engaging in sex acts with a dog.
Ugh.
That's
Well,
worse
I'm
than
not
chickens.
surprised.
That's worse than chickens. While others of some duration and length were of Bag performing intercourse with the chickens, and also on occasion with his wife, I got no problem with that one, who filmed some of the footage on a mobile phone. Sentencing the couple in October, Judge Richard Mansell of GQ said the acts would make any right-thinking member of society sick to their stomach. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. I wish I knew more about this guy.
I don't. I'm glad I don't know.
I've never heard of a correlation between uh, bestiality and what
Pedophiles?
pedophilism, or what do you call that?
Pedophilia.
Pedophilia. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say that.
I've never heard of that. It doesn't.
I don't think
I-
there's a direct link, other than maybe you can make the link that it's about power and an animal is defenseless just as a kid's defenseless.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, I read this whole story and I'm just thinking to myself, like, what a deranged fuck.
Yeah. Was he 38?
I don't care if he was 28.
How long do you think he's been doing this?
Oh, that's a good question.
And his wife's involved. Like,
That's
what's
really
going
another
on?
weird part about this, isn't it? You know, because it's a whole new level of freaky when you involve your spouse in your. Now, I'm all for consensual sex, even the weirdest of consensual sex. I don't care how weird it is, as long as it's consensual. I don't think a kid can consent, and I don't think a chicken can consent. So, just because the wife might be into it, maybe the wife is the one pushing this on the guy. Wouldn't that be weird? You know?
You think it's the wife?
I don't think
She's
it's
the one getting off on this?
I'm not saying it is, but what if it was? Wouldn't that be kind of even worse?
Ooh.
Like, I'm really into watching my man fuck a chicken.
Do you think maybe, because it doesn't say they have children, do you think
worst-
she was
The worst part
barren?
is the picture for the article is a rooster. I don't know why that just makes it like even a little weirder. It's a male chicken. Like, I'm not. It's like, okay, now that sounds homophobic, right? It's like, well, if he's gonna fuck a chicken, he's gotta fuck a girl chicken. What are you, a homophobe?
No, you go for the head chicken.
Head chicken. Oh my god. Oh, we're going to
Keep the
hell.
other chickens in line.
We're so going to hell. All right.
Do you think she had problems having a kid? Is that why? Because she probably knew about the pedophilia. Is that why maybe she was okay with it? You think that would?
I'd have to. I'm hoping that this guy hid the pedophilia from her.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I would never. I have a lot less respect for. But this guy, he looks like he's Pakistani or something. Uh,
Jeez.
I'm just saying that's much more culturally the norm in places like Pakistan and then places in the first world or something. I don't know.
Maybe it
Maybe.
is a lot more common. You don't hear. I
Oh,
mean, I hope it's not more common, but
oh, it is.
is
Sorry.
it?
Yes.
Ugh.
I know. I know. It's sad to hear.
Why is that? Is it just because when you hear about bestiality, it usually
No, no,
involves
no, no,
people out
not
in sticks, right?
the bestiality is not more. I wasn't saying that in Pakistan, and I don't know if this guy's Pakistani or not. I'm not saying that in Pakistan bestiality is more the norm. I'm saying like pedophilia or underage is much more
Oh,
common.
yeah. I
Yeah.
do agree with you there. It
Yes.
is does seem to be a bit more normal over there.
Right. So I don't.
Uh,
I mean, I'm not saying that chicken fucking is more normal in Pakistan. I hope
I
that's
wanted to go more in about that. Like, does it seem like it's more of a common thing for people out in the countryside to have like bestiality sort of things than people in the city,
well, of course,
right?
because there's more animals. But there's always been that joke about like sheep. I don't know why sheep is always the one. I don't know. Maybe it's because we're an English culture,
I
and
think I've heard that the sheep's vagina is a lot more closely related to like a woman's vagina than other animals.
okay. Well, that I assumed that had something to do with that. I also thought this idea that because we're an English culture, and most sheep are from Scotland and or Ireland, and English people look down on Scottish and Irish people. They probably just made jokes about sheep fucking. But I
I
had
think
no.
it did actually happen. Yeah,
Could have.
I mean, wasn't like the original condom like was it sheepskin, right?
It was
Sheepskin?
I think it was the intestines of a sheep or a pig. I can't remember which, but it was the innards of an animal. Yes, that's the earliest known condoms.
Seems kind of disgusting, doesn't it?
Only by today's standards, but like if you want,
Yeah, I could see
I'm
myself
an
doing it if
old-fashioned
everyone
kind
else
of
was
guy.
doing
I
it.
like doing things by tradition. That's right. That's right.
I mean, if it was tradition to, fuck sheep, would you think you would?
No. Well, God, I don't know. That's a
I
weird
know,
question to
yeah.
answer, right? Uh,
If it was okay to have non-consensual sex with any animal, what would it be?
we're not. Oh, fuck! Are you asking me that question seriously? Which animal are you gonna have? Hold up, before we get into that, because we can. Do you think it's a thing in fraternities to have sex with animals?
I hear that's a thing, yeah.
I hear it's a thing
The
too. I don't
Black
know if
Mirror
it's true.
episode, yeah.
There's a Black Mirror. Oh, right, that one.
Yeah, that's more political fraternities, I guess, but
But like the it's all sort of linked, right? The whole idea of these closed societies. That's kind of what this is all about. Even it ties back to the whole GameStop thing. It's this
yeah.
closed society, this sort of like inner circle, sort of secret club. You have to be part of it, and then you get in. We make your life great, but they'll make you do weird fucking shit in order to basically.
Gotta do it once while we film it, so we have that evidence against
Exactly. That's fucking Bohemian Grove shit.
you. Yeah. Who knows how often that happens, but it has happened before, I think.
Oh, definitely. I think that fraternities, that's a big part of it. Because, like, why do people go into fraternities? There's a couple reasons.
Gain social access, I guess.
Exactly. It's about networking, future networking capabilities into business or politics or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see another real reason to do it other than maybe you think that their parties are good. I do remember one time in college, me and my friend Para, my roommate, we escorted two girls to a frat party and they wouldn't let us in.
Yeah,
That was sort of a
I
low
like
point.
that. Usually you have to like know someone in the fraternity if you want to get in, but yeah, I can't say I've been to a frat party though.
Yeah. I haven't been to a frat party either. That was the thing. That was the one time I came close is we escorted two girls because we thought we'd get in with the girls. Instead, they both went in and we were kicked out and we walked back home. Not that I really cared to go to a frat party, but like it was just sort of spur of the moment. They wanted to go to a frat party and we went with them.
Kind of like a college thing to do, you know.
Yeah. Fucking sheep is definitely a college thing to do.
More so in Pullman, right?
It's not big sheep country out there. It's not that. All right. Hey,
Hmm.
We have. I don't think we have much more time. My dinner's going to be arriving soon. Did you
Yeah.
want to maybe try to do the Am I the Asshole? Or would you rather just.
Let's we can end it with giving the animals we had to
Oh,
you
Jesus,
know,
you really
have
fucking
intercourse
do
with.
it? Okay. You really want to do this?
I don't really want to do it actually.
Don't do it. We don't need to play this game of like if you had to have sex with an animal. Which I'm perfectly okay with saying none, and if I was forced to, gun to my head, fine, I'll pick one. But I'd rather just wait till that moment to pick one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I would be if it was culturally normal, like a rite of passage. I don't think I'd do it. But you never know.
I'm glad you thought of it that way. Oh man. All right. So I'm pretty good for the week. I know I'm sort of cutting this off early because I had sort of more of a hard out because I ordered dinner to be derived soon, and I don't want to make it cold. Don't want to eat it cold. So, any last thoughts for the week before we close it?
Look out for more stocks to buy, I guess.
Stonks.
Stonks.
Yeah,
yes.
that's right.
Keep those diamond hands, people, if you're still holding on.
We remain autistic together.
We're with you, Wall Street bets.
We're all with you. There's really, I don't know. I don't think there's two sides of this issue, honestly. I think everyone's on the same side. I mean, if you are on the other side, it's because you want to be one of the wealthy elite yourself.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. All right. Hopefully next week we'll bring a guest on. I know it's been a while since we had our last interview. So we're both Tina and I are going to try to bring someone on. We have a few people in mind. Fingers crossed. But in the meantime, everyone stay safe and stay hydrated. Love you.
Take care.
All right. Adios. Bye.